The level 100 target can actually be a pretty difficult one, and I'm going to try and drive it for as low repair as I can manage, which is going to be just about 20 minutes. As I get started, I will say that I'll show you my build at the end of the video as always, as well as my upgrade level. I only have 4 ships. They're kind of a higher upgrade level as opposed to 5 at a lower upgrade level. Your results may vary. I want you to take away the techniques from hitting this one. You might be doing more damage to me and are able to kill this quicker. You might have a slightly different countermeasure setup, but all of it should be applicable or at least helpful. Let's go ahead and get started. So this is obviously the 100, which is designed to be an auto target. I find the auto damage too high. The first ship you're going to kill is the Riot. Against this one, driving doesn't really matter. All you have to do is get close, hit him a few times. Maybe you can use your built-in to hit him and run away if you like, and they go down pretty quickly. I do have MDS-3s on my fleet, which are shooting at the incoming projectiles, as you can see. I also do have Evade, although King Killer is not needed, or I guess King Killer is the case here, but a high Evade flag doesn't work because everything has the same base armor. The trickier things are these Helmas. The Helmas, you want to make sure you're staying at very max range against them because your anti-UAVs, which really is your Gales here, are firing at the outside green circle. My inside green circle, if you watched my build tweak video, has a lower range because I'm running countermeasure equipment 1 to give my Gales more time to fire before the enemy UAVs get into this smaller green where my MDS-3s, which are worse against Gales, fire. Okay, the next thing you're going to deal with is going to be, let's actually hit this corrosive turret first. Against the corrosive turret, you can just do a drive-by, go by really quickly, or what I sometimes do is take one ship and move it slightly ahead of everything else. So I'm going to have ship 2 click right here, everyone else click right there, which is theoretically going to reduce the damage. Actually, I think I'll switch those. I think I'll have most guys over on the side here, ship 2 closer, so ship 2 gets hit and takes all the damage, and the rest of them aren't going to do that. So we're going to move close, and then ship 2 will go closer there. All the damage again from the turret is going to move towards ship 2, and all the others are not going to get hit by any splash. It does kind of result in higher damage on that guy. I do have Hyper 30 on, trying to outrun some of that. The other technique you can do is what I'll show you against the Ravagers, is just to stay moving, hit him 1, 2, 3, 4 times, and then run away. See if that's enough to kill him. If not, you can get closer, hit him 1, 2 times, and run away. You can try and drag the other ship through the corrosive aura. That is sometimes helpful. So let's find ship number 2, move him closer. Try not to go over yourself here. So all the damage is going to go towards ship 2. I can rotate, put ship 3, etc. there next. So that's the technique against the Ravagers, and you've seen pretty much everything, but there are some UAVs. Again, with this UAVs, you want to make sure you're staying at maximum range. Even then, sometimes 1 or 2 enemy UAVs do get through your Gales, and 1 or 2 of those might get through your MDS-3s. If you stay at maximum range and even sometimes move away, that doesn't happen. Okay, here's the Riot. You just have to hit them and he dies pretty quickly. If you want to try and get that last sliver of health bar down when he's not shooting at you, that's okay. They don't really do enough damage. It is guaranteed damage and it is chip damage, but you don't necessarily need to be too worried about that. Here's the Riot. Again, shoot him a few times. For the Ravager, I'm going to try and have a ship. Let's pick which one has the lowest damage. Looks like ship number 1 actually might be the lowest this time. We'll see if we can move him a little closer to everybody else, to the Ravager, and not go in too much range of the UAV. So ship 1, everybody else. Okay, so Ravager's shooting, and I'm trying to stay moving even with ship 1 here. Let's cluster back up because I want my Gales to work against the UAV. I wasn't stacked. Obviously, my Gales didn't fire because I was further away, so they weren't able to shoot at everything. But when you are close, it does work much better. So there's the disadvantage of splitting your ships. Sometimes weird things like that happen. Sometimes if you have lower damage and only 1 or 2 real damage ships, you don't really kill the Ravager as quickly as you might just stacking. Again, UAVs stack up and hit them pretty quickly. If you are using countermeasure equipment 2 or some other high MDS special build, you can actually just take that ship, which is number 2 for me, or number 2 for me, and leave him behind. I can leave out the MDS-3 ship, move close, and now my Gales are going to fire literally the entire time, although unstacking is more driving work than I generally want to put in. So just consider that one here. Again, with the UAV turrets, all you have to do is get close to them, try and stay maximum range so your Gales have the most room to fire, and hit him a few times till it goes down. For this next Ravager, we'll try the splitting technique again. It doesn't always work, but it is what you want to do if you want literally the bare minimum damage. It's going to take 1/5 if you have 5 ships and 1/4 if you have 4 ships. Take that down. Okay, we'll see. Gonna move this way. I think I might have had my group of ships was closer, so I was not aggressive enough on the split, and he actually shot at my 3 ships which were stacked. So there's the technique. It doesn't always work. It takes some practice to get down, so just keep that in mind. For this Ravager, we're just going to stay moving and just like that. I do have to shoot at them, I think, 6 times, which is pretty annoying because he does get another shot or 2 off at me. Some other people who are not using Hyper 30 and are using like some other damage special, such as the one that came out with the ship, the upgrade of the chaff splitter system, I can't remember quite what it's called, are sometimes having more success. Okay, again, against the UAV turrets, nothing too much to worry about. Just stay far away and do splash damage onto them if you can. For the Helmets, just stay at max distance, kill them pretty quickly, and again, no UAVs should get through if you are completely stacked up and are at completely max range with the build that I'm currently using. Again, another UAV. If you do have a ship with a higher MDS3 range, you can leave him behind. That sometimes works. Okay, last Ravager. Let's pull most people off to the side, pick whatever ship has the lowest damage, and send him in first. Just like that, ship number 4, and readjust the path so that he follows ship 4, for instance, rather than trying to follow everybody else, and that is down. There's the target. It is kind of driving intensive for an auto target. I find that the corrosive damage is way too high for this one. I wish the corrosive damage was a lot lower. I've passed that feedback on to Kixeye, although this is driving, so the corrosive damage should be pretty low. The lower you can get corrosive damage, generally the better driver you are. Penetrative damage is ideally only from the guaranteed damage from the riots, which is unfortunate when that happens, but it is the case. Total repair time there is 15 minutes and 35 seconds. This is not going to be evenly spread. By the way, I'm very annoyed that Kixeye has the base hull size of the image so large it covers up the health bar. If you agree, go ahead and put that in bug reports. I've been doing that for a while and they haven't really listened. So here's the build. The flagship is at U2 with no armor. The second ship here is at U3 with a fully armored, full armor 2 and 2 of each. Ship number 3 is a full X1 ship, again through 5 tokens from the TLC, 1 from pillage, but has no armor on it. So that's why I put that one up to X1, because it had no armor. Ship number 4 here is a U2 ship with a single plate of armor. I'm going to try and use some tokens and stuff from Raid to get this one up to U3 and some armor on it as well. Unfortunately, there are not any tokens, etc. for the flag, which is a little disappointing. The other change I'm going to make is to take this ship and change out Corrosive Battery 2 for Corrosive Battery 3. I should be able to stack up and use some armor when I do that as well, so maybe I'll get a few upgrades and stuff like that done to this fleet. That's the plan for it, and that's the 100 on driving. I'm going to auto it most of the time and get about 35 minutes evenly spread roughly when I'm autoing, which is a little higher than I would like. If I didn't change to countermeasure equipment 1, I got 50, 51, 52 minutes of damage, which is twice as high as I would expect. 35 minutes of damage on auto is too high, but is acceptable for me to do because I really don't like driving everything 9 times here, or rather like 100 times. So there's the build and there is the target. If you have any questions, go ahead and let me know in the comments down below and I'll do my best to get back to you. As always, I want to give a huge thank you to the channel members whose names appear on the end screen now. They are helping make videos like this one possible. With that said, and until next time, this is Derpy signing out, helping you be a better pirate.